Hey, everybody. Who have we got on board today? Hello. You go ahead and unmute. Oh, it's Jisheng. Okay, great. Hello, Jisheng. How are you? Welcome to the team. All right. So hopefully everybody's on board. Let's go to share our screen. Let's share sound. There's a video cup. All right. Now we're going to go back up. Let's go to the beginning. All right. There. So today we're going to be talking about bones and joint health. And this is something that I'm really excited about talking about because I've had personal experience in working with bones and joints. Obviously, you've heard my presentations associated with the ability to grow bone, right? And making our bones stronger so we don't have to. But sometimes we have to grow bone because we break bones. And sometimes we need to overcome some of the deficiencies in our own bodies. And then, the issue of joints and connective tissue, soft tissue, those sorts of things in your body. And while I've always had pretty good joints per se, it's just that when I get really active, sometimes I strain my muscles or stretch them or twist an ankle or something like that because I'm just active. And, the joint health and soft tissue health comes into play. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, the HealthEagle Show is a weekly presentation of the information relating to great nutrition, appropriate exercise, and a healthy lifestyle that help to optimize longevity by improving health and happiness and creating the healthiest family on earth. And that's what we're trying to do as far as our mission is concerned, is to create the healthiest family on earth. But also, too many people die too long and live too short. And that is what we're trying to do is to change that paradigm or reverse that paradigm so that people live a long time and then die a short period of time, so that you don't start dying when you're in your 30s by accumulating degenerative disease, but you can stay healthy well into your age limits of your DNA, and then have a happiness and activity. And then when it's your time, then it's time to go. All right. So what we want to do is to live a long, happy life. And today's program, again, is the bone and health. And then we're part of this products harnessing the power of nutrition. And today is part 2, and that's bone and joint health. And we want to talk about USANA just for a second, because USANA is all about health and wellness, and that's where we come into play. It's a premier brand that represents quality, innovation, and a commitment to actually improving lives. Health begins at the cellular level. Your cells need a variety of important micronutrients, macronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and fats to support the many functions that they perform. The USANA offers a wide range of these supplements that you can create a daily nutritional routine to help support your health and wellness goals. USANA is a transparent and honest company. We share our manufacturing processes, quality standards, evaluation results, and build trust and encourage customers' trust. That is, what we want to do is to give people what they are looking for and with results. All right. So they can feel and see the results. And then at the same time, they can have trust in the company. So the USANA guarantee is for each supplement has earned by being tested and evaluated. So for its purity, its identity, its composition, its potency and strength, and the quality. And it meets a lot of these third-party investigations and approval processes. Now, USANA, at USANA, the science is at the heart. Okay, we're a science-based company. That is, we do our own R&D. We're tied into research and development around the world, and we try to incorporate as fast as we can that science into the product. So then, and then make those products available to you. We don't sit on the science. We don't get lackadaisical about bringing you the products that bring to you the modern science of nutrition. And we want to talk about more about that as we go. Now, in the trusting, we've got the guaranteed potency. Everything that's on the label is in the bottle and is in each product. Okay. We've got groundbreaking research and development, and goes back to many of the patents that USANA has. The first class ingredients, we bring into the high quality ingredients, and we also test those ingredients to make sure that every single load of them delivery is what is expected. So they go through rigorous testing to make sure they're right there. So the quality manufacturing, that is, we're a pharmaceutical grade production facility, and that we have the trust of top athletes. That is, your elite athletes of the world, both professional and amateur. This is the most trusted brand of nutrition. So the champions, as you say there, they use USANA. And then third-party evaluations, and I'll point to you to the comparative guide, which I talked to you about last week. The science has got maximum nutritional density, optimum bioavailability, and peak absorption. That is, we put the best products into the pills in a way that will dissolve and get into your bloodstream fast. So it absorbs into the bloodstream. And intelligence is a groundbreaking technology. We have it in many of our products. The groundbreaking patent, which basically recognizes that the intelligence complex formula supports endogenous systems associated with optimum lifespans. And the USANA intelligence complex formula unlocks self-communication codes with proprietary nutritional blends that activate your own cells' natural ability to protect themselves, that is, to release antioxidants, right? And to renew themselves. And we send signals to your cells so that they can renew. We also build a community of wellness, and that's the point on this is that active lifestyle and healthy exercise are all part of a building to wellness, and that is being your optimum health. So the community of wellness and reaching out, and it includes going out and reaching out to communities that need more care and need help in bringing about their own benefits, both in financial as well as nutritional, exercise, and lifestyle. And the whole point of this is that USANA itself reaches out and has a foundation, USANA Foundation, and we go through and help communities around the world. And we also have clinics and feed children, and also have our clinical hospital down in Santa Viva in Rosarito, Mexico. All right, just to touch on this. I had a number of people add question, they'll buy products and then they'll wait for somebody to tell them how to take it. I'm sorry. Here's what I want to get across is that if you don't know how to take your products, read the label. Just read the label. And on the label, it will include the recommended serving size. Okay, it's on the label. Take the recommended dosage or the recommended serving size. Then observe and learn how your body reacts to that recommended dosage. Then adjust your dosing according to how your body reacts. What is your basic experience from taking that product? Right? And remember, you need to take it for a little while before your body adjusts to the increase in nutrition. I'll give you an example on myself. I was on 10 different medications, and then I started taking a health pack. And by the third week of taking the health pack, I didn't need one of those medications anymore, and that was the Prilosec, which is for acid reflux. Now, you may be different. Whatever your response is based upon yourself, okay? It's personal nutrition. But the fact of the matter is it does take a little bit of time. So for me, okay, I was taking the health pack morning and night for, let's just say 21 days. And then I realized, hey, I don't have acid reflux anymore. I don't need to take my Prilosec to make me feel better. Wow, that was mind-blowing, but that was me. Okay, your experience is going to be associated with you. You need to monitor your body's response to the products that you take and then adjust the amount of product that you take. Now, I can tell you all about Percosa, and I'll get back to that later in the presentation about Percosa, which is for joint and soft tissue. And I know that as I lost weight on my USANA products, okay, and got more active, had more energy, right, feeling better, and then I started doing things. And then sometimes I would overdo it and I would strain, stress, or twist something the way it's not supposed to go. And I would be in pain from that, and I would take a Percosa. And I learned over time how much Percosa I needed, okay, because you're going to be different, but what I needed of Percosa in order for me to heal faster. No, I can't tell you that Percosa does cure or heal anything, okay? I'm not doing that. But for me, I know how much Percosa I need when I twist an ankle, when I pull a groin muscle, when I strain my back, when I have just a sore neck. I know that I need to take a certain amount more than the dosing requirement when I'm hurting, okay, in order to rapidly not hurt anymore. Okay, so that's the point, is that just read the label, okay? On the label, it tells you exactly what the recommended dosage is. And if this is the first time you're using this product, then take the recommended dosage. Observe and learn how your body reacts to that recommended dosage. Then just adjust it based upon how your experience goes. Now, I will tell you the recommended dosage on Percosa is 3 tablets a day. When I'm not hurting and I just want to preload the Percosa into my body just in case I stretch myself and make my recovery easier, is that I will take 1 in the morning and 1 at night, which is 2 a day, okay? But when I'm hurting, I'm going to take a lot more. For instance, when I'm pulling a groin muscle, for instance, I'll go 4 days at 3 tablets 4 times a day. That's 12 tablets in a day. But I will do that only for about 3 days, and then I'm better, right? So that's the point. You need to know what your body needs, and that you do that through observation and learning how your body reacts to the additional and that basically is the continuous process improvement circle. That is, You start out with your recommended dosage, you consume the nutrition, you observe the result, and then you adjust the dose based upon the observed result. And then based upon that, you got a new recommended dosage. Then you consume it, then you observe it, then you adjust. So it's a continuous process. If you do not pay attention to your own body, okay, one, you're not going to get the most out of what nutritional products you're taking. Okay. Two is that you're not going to be able to learn how your body reacts. So you can add, subtract the nutritional products. Okay. So just follow this continuous process improvement standard. Okay. That is, you do, you observe, and you change. All right, got it. Let's go to the next thing. All right, we're going to talk about bones and joints, and we're going to talk about the composition and so forth. And what I want to do here is just get to the point of letting you understand what's made up in your body so that you know what your body's going to need just because of it. And we talk about bones, and you need a lot of things, okay? But the basic things that your bones need are collagens, protein, and you need calcium. All right. You also need selenium, you need iron, da, 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 da. But 99% of the calcium in your body is located in a reserve, okay, called bones. Now, calcium, okay, is used for every muscle contraction. All right. So you need to be moving calcium throughout your body at all times, and it travels in the bloodstream. All right. And then it's pulled across through your capillaries and then into the cells. And then the calcium is fed into the cells that are needing it in order to take care of the function that you're going to do. So your heart, okay, your muscles, all need collagen or need calcium, and you need to do that. Your teeth, of course, need calcium. So you need to be able to move it around, but you reserve it in your bones, and you don't want to be giving up calcium from your bones without replacing it in through your diet. Okay, so we go through that now. The strength of your bone, that is the tensile strength of your bone, comes up from the calcium in your body. Then your flexibility of your bones comes from collagen protein. Now, there are 10 different kinds or 12 different kinds of collagen proteins, all right? And proteins, collagen 1 and 3 are associated with your skin and its flexibility and so forth. And then the other collagens deal with your bones. And what we want to do is concentrate on that, which is associated with your bones. And you incorporate the framework of the mineral. Many calcium comes in the form of calcium phosphate, and the collagen mineral makes up bone hard, strong, while collagen provides the flexibility. And we just covered that. All right. So your bones, what do? They give you mechanical and structural support for locomotion. That locomotion is movement. All right. You're going to be moving. You got your locomotion. All right. It's going to be protecting your vital organs. So your vital organs are inside of your structure. All right. So that's the bones actually provide for structural protection of your vital organs. And then regulating mineral homeostasis. And that is associated with balancing in and out of the bone specifically of that calcium. So you've got 60% of inorganic component, 10% of water, and 30% organic component proteins. Proteins are going to be your collagen, 60%, and organics are going to be minerals like calcium. Bones also contain blood vessels, nerves, proteins, vitamins, minerals. Bones give your body structure. They support your organs and systems, right? And they protect your internal organs. Your body is constantly remodeling the skeleton. Okay. So you're continuously growing. Your using the calcium in your bones, and you're replacing the calcium in your bones. All right. And if you're using more than you're replacing, then that leads to osteoporosis, the making of brittle bones. Okay, you're pulling the calcium out, it's not going to be as strong as it was, plus the fact you could be hunched over and lose the structural strength of the bone. Okay. And you need to be able to do exercise, because it's the exercise that helps initiate the bone growth when you're younger. And then as you formation of bones, you still need to exercise throughout your life. Bones are living tissues. They're not dead tissues. They're living, they're moving, they're growing, they're shrinking. They're all part of your body's natural functions. Okay, so they're not dead. Okay, they're not solids in any sense of the word, because you've got bone coming in and bone going out, and breaking down and so forth. And there are the terms for that, but every time I mention the terms, nobody remembers them, so I'm not even going to worry about the actual term for bone growth, bone loss, that sort of thing, osteoblasts and anyway. It doesn't matter. What you need to understand is that your bones are alive. Okay. And inside of your bone is where your blood is manufactured. Okay. In the marrow of your bone, you're generating blood cells. Okay. Red blood cells. Red blood cells. Okay. So we're looking at the bones and joints and so forth. And I want to get to the next section pretty fast, because it's going to take a little while to get through it. But I just want to point out that we have products that specifically deal with bones, joints, and soft tissue, but put together, it's quite a powerful package. All right. So these are the package. Now, in the collagens, there's several products, and we'll go into that. So you start out with the Cell Essentials. Okay. You've got the prenatal Cell Essentials, you've got the body rocks, you've got the chewables for the children. Okay, these are foundational. If you don't start with them, then you don't have a foundation upon which to build your house. You can build a house on earth. Okay, but if you don't have a strong foundation, it's going to sink, it's going to tilt, it's going to do some things that you don't want it to do. You need to have a strong foundation for health, and that's what the Cell Essentials are all about. So start out with the Cell Essentials. They come in health packs. Okay, they come in Evolve. They come in their own little packages. They come in the prenatals. They come in the body rocks and the usominals. Okay, so start with the foundation. Always start with the foundation. The foundation is incredibly important if you're going to be healthy long term. Now, I will tell you that when I went down and talked to the scientists and went involved myself, that they said, "Well, Dave, if you don't take the foundations, the optimizers are designed to work on their own, but they work much better when you have a good solid foundation." All right. I'm going to point out again, you need to start with a foundation and then put your optimizers on top of that, and you will have a house that you can live on in all your life. All right. So then the optimizers, your Mega Cal D, different kinds of collagens. You've got the collagen bars. Okay. And the energy bars. You also have a collagen drink, and I'm going to tell you that doesn't belong in this list because it's only collagen proteins 1 and 3, and that deals with the skin. So we're going to touch on that towards the end of the presentation, but I want to get to that. K2, incredibly important because it helps the calcium adhere to the bone. It keeps the calcium out. It keeps it in solution, right? It keeps it from depositing in other places other than the bone. You want it on the bone, but you don't want it depositing itself inside of your arteries, for instance, or your valve, your veins. You don't want it inside to deposit itself on the inside of your blood vessels. Okay, so K2 is the part of vitamin K that keeps calcium in solution in the blood and then helps it adhere to the bone once it gets to the bone. Iron associated with the blood in your bone and making sure you have healthy bones and healthy blood. The vitamin D is essential for calcium for its getting to the bone. It's also great for a lot of different things, but essentially it is a fundamental ingredient to the homeostasis of the calcium and its lifestyle. The Biomega, it's great for everything. Okay, if you go to and we can look at that a bit, but you go to and look at what your fish oil does, your omega-3s. Okay, it does a lot of different things, but one of the things it does, particular in this area, is it helps you with your joints. Okay, gets into that material that's between the bones. Okay, right on it's on the bone. Okay, like this, and then you have it on the other side, and that's what rubs together. Those two parts need to be strong, and your omega-3 helps do that. Now, the Precosa, oh my gosh, and we're going to talk joints and soft tissue together because the joint is soft tissue essentially. All right, and it's also involves your connective tissue. Is that the Precosa is a intelligence technology-based product, and it helps to fight the inflammation. Okay, collects up the free radicals, gets the antioxidants in there to help keep the damage down, but also it is intelligence technology that causes your cells to renew, and that's all part of the healing process, right? So in both ways, the joints come in. And then finally, there is a bundle that includes the Mega Cal D, the Precosa, and the Biomega for the Get Up and Go bundle. You'll find that in your shopping cart. All right, so what I want to do now is I'm going to take this away. I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to go here. And I got to make sure that you're still seeing what I'm seeing. Yep, we want to do that and the screen. Okay, so understanding the bone anatomy is very, very important. And you can go to the Ask the Scientist Nutrition. If you go to your you can do it through Google. You can do it through Edge. You can go to Ask the Scientist USANA, but you can also get there through the hub. And I like to go through the hub to make sure I'm getting the full complement, not a abbreviated. So in this particular case, I did bone health, and I looked up, okay, understanding and the basic bone anatomy. Okay, we did an osteoblast, we got the osteocyst, we got an osteoclast. And this is all about moving and growing bone. All right, understanding this and go through. And I will tell you, I've got some experience doing bone growth. Okay. Had to grow bone in the palate, right? Because your teeth are attached to your palate. Your palate's basically a bone. It's a soft bone, but it's a bone. And it needs to be there so that your roots of your teeth can adhere, right? And it needs to be healthy. Now, some people don't have healthy palates, either above and below. So sometimes you have to help them with their bone growth. And in working with the dental implant surgeon, dental surgeon in one location where I was at, we worked up a formula of USANA products that would actually help build bone. And in so doing, we were able to get this palate built up so that implants can be done. Now, if the palate is not there, right, there's nothing to put an implant in. So, and then the palate will continue to rot. So you need to get there's enough bone there that a tooth will implant can be placed in there, screwed in, right? And then as you chew, then the bone will grow more and get more strong. All right. But if you're not chewing, your bone of your palate goes away. So you need to be able to chew and be able to do that. So that it was very, very important. And then there was an issue of a broken leg and being able to not be incapacitated by that broken leg for very long. So we grow bone. All right. And then there was an issue of a broken bones in another part of the body because of a traffic accident. Then we needed to grow bone and also repair soft tissue at the same time. And we were able to do that with USANA products. And just by knowing your own body and knowing how to put your products in the right place. And okay, please mute. All right, so we're into advanced bone anatomy and lengthening and stretching and so forth. And all of this goes into how do you grow bone naturally. Okay, bone grows because you're moving, right? You're putting pressure on it. You have compression and you've got stress. Okay, stress and strain. You got pushing together and you got pulling apart. And you want to do that with your bones and exercise. And when your children out there hopping and jumping and so forth, that's all good because it's building their bones. It's helping them grow. And then as we learned in the hormonal program, we know that as increases in estrogen take place in women, it cuts off their bone growth. Okay. While men will continue to grow because they don't have that estrogen, women will be cut off because their estrogen levels rise up, and the estrogen stops the bone growth and helps. But the lengthening of the bones. But you still have to continue to exercise to keep building up the bone, because women eat their bone during child rearing and childbirth. Okay, and then as you age, women don't have it as easy keeping their bones as men do. All right, so that's how that works. Bone maintenance. Okay, you see that soft tissue in there. As you lose calcium, you're going to be losing it out of the center here, and these pores are just going to get bigger and bigger. Okay, so we're going to go on. And what we want to do is learn how, no, I want to do that. Yes, continue. What we want to do is to go to the hub and find the information that we're looking for. When you're searching for information, you should be able to find it inside of, especially about products, okay? Find it inside of your USANA hub site. And I was going to have slides on all of these, but I got running it because I had some additional new signups today, and I wasn't able to finish what I was trying to do. So I'm going to show you how to find the information, and we'll go through the information actually on the hub. All right, so here we are. If I go back to here, if I go to right here, share USANA Media Center. So this is the hub, okay? This is your hub. You've signed in, right? You know where your business reports are and so forth. You got your tools. Now, look down here in prospecting, and you can find this, okay? And now we get to this point right here. That's the Share USANA Media Center. And you go, well, okay. What we want to do, okay, is go to Discover for Yourself. All right, super. And you come up with a search engine, and you can search to your heart's content, okay? Everything you want to know about what's there. So we're going to go back to here, okay? And that's one of the things. We've got the categories, right? And we say bone and joint health, right? So if we go to bone and joint health, we come up with this, all right? And this has got the products that are associated, USANA products that are associated with bone and joint health. And we'll be going through this list and talking about each one of these products, okay, as we go through and how it applies. So first thing is that you've got your cell essentials, okay, the phytoantioxidants and core minerals. It's got the intelligence technology, so you know that it's talking to your cells and it's causing your cells to do better, just to protect themselves and to renew themselves. All right. It's a balance of nutrition. It builds that foundation. It's a really, really strong foundation. And you can look here and see exactly all the things that are in it and all the benefits that are in it. But this is the basis of everything that we go in. And then you'll find it's got the D and it's got all of the things. It's got K2, it's got K1. All right. It's got the olival for antioxidants. It is what you're looking for to build your house on, to build your health house. Okay, so be sure to do that. Number one, then we go to the Biomega and the omega-3 fatty acids. All right, so it does a tremendous amount of things, and we're going to go right here to that. Get the full science. Gosh, it's such a great thing. I mean, you look at it. So the Biomega has not only got the omega-3, but it also has vitamin D inside, because you need to have the vitamin D in order to help the omega-3 get to where it needs to go and to help it do what it needs to do. So you need a lot of vitamin D3, and we'll go more along that path. Okay. You've got your brain and nerve, it's got your joint and exercise recovery. And that's where your Biomega really comes in. And we're going to go down here to the bottom, because we talked about the quality of Biomega product in a previous presentation. So I won't go through it, but if you go back and you look at what goes into USANA's Biomega and getting its omega-3s, it's pulling the healthiest fish, which are small, short-lived, so they're not picking up a lot of things. You've got the problem with PCBs, and you got the problem of mercury in the water for fish, and you want to get the healthiest fish, and then you want to make sure that you get rid of all the contaminants. So what do you do with that? You do a centrifuge, pretty much. And if you've never done this test, I'd love for you to do this test. You take a USANA, a Biomega capsule, and any other capsule you want, any other omega-3 product you're looking for. You take those two and you put them someplace that are going to be identifiable. So this one, you mark and put it in a say a paper towel or a dish or something, that's the USANA product. And you put the other one in a dish and you mark that one for whatever product it is. You can do as many, but you put them in the freezer. All right. The USANA product will not freeze because it doesn't have the contaminants in it, right? The other products are going to freeze because it's highly contaminated. And you're going, God, that's amazing. And you're going, it's basic. Okay. But do it, test it for yourself. The USANA product is, because you don't want to take a product that's going to be bad for you. You want to take a product that's going to be good for you, right? And if it's got the contamination, the PCBs will go into your fat, and then that causes oxidation. You get the free radicals, and that helps disrupt the cellular basis of your body. Okay, you don't want those. Okay, and you don't want the mercury, because the mercury is linked with Alzheimer's. All right, we don't want to do that either. So we want to make sure those things and any other contaminants are out of the product. Now, that may be why USANA is a bit more expensive than the other products. You can't buy the quality of USANA in the store or online other than coming to USANA to get it. Okay. All right. Anyway, we're going to go back and there we go. Brain food. Supports eye health, pregnancy, does a lot of things, skin. Your gym. This is where we're talking about here with it is that the Biomega can also help your body recover from the impact of exercise, so you can keep going strong. Fish oil supports the joint function and helps maintain the health of the articular cartilage that covers the end of your bones. Like it says, the cartilage that covers the end of your bone. All right. And it rubs against the other bone, right? That's the part that it helps, okay? Helps rub together. After workouts, nutritionists in Biomega may help reduce muscle soreness as well. Plus, it may help support long, healthy bones. The omega-3 supports supplements can also help support body's normal, healthy, anti-inflammatory response from exercise and everyday activities. So it helps keep the inflammation down from when you're stretching and straining and so forth, the muscles. But the key component is where the bones come together, covering over the bones. Okay. Have you ever seen a chicken bone? Okay. You eaten the chicken off, you got the end of the bone. It's not necessarily bone on it. It's sort of like a cap on it, like the leg bone. You can see the cap on it. All right, that's what we're talking about here. And that's where the Biomega comes to play in your bones and also in your soft tissue. All right. We're going to talk about Percosa. I love Percosa. God, dog. Every time anybody asks me what my favorite product is for USANA, all right, I'm going to say you always start with the foundationals and do the health pack. My number one optimizer, okay, is the Percosa. And the reason for that is as I got more active and after losing weight and getting more active, because the health pack really brings out the energy, helps renew those mitochondria, which are your energy factories. Okay. So I'm getting energy and I'm going strong. And I start, like to say, instead of taking the elevators, and when I was at work, I would take the stairs. And so if I was working on the 7th floor or the 13th floor, I'm doing staircases. I'm stepping up, okay, and doing more walking. And if, for instance, I don't pay close attention to what I was doing or something, I might slip an ankle, twisted, or if I'm playing frisbee, I get to the curb and I don't hit it right and I twist an ankle, or I get a pull in my groin or anything like that. I'm going to go right to my Percosa, and Percosa is intelligence joint support complex is in it, and it renews and protects the soft tissue. So it's got Mariva in it. The Mariva is a heat-seeking missile. It brings all of the active ingredient of the Percosa capsule to where you need it. It doesn't dissolve it throughout the body. Okay, with all USANA products, they dissolve. Okay, you can test it out. You leave one in your mouth, it's going to disappear, man. And it's not going to taste all that good, but but in your stomach and in your digest, it's going to get in your bloodstream pretty fast. Okay, guaranteed about 40 minutes, 15 to 40 minutes, depending upon the product. But it's going to get in your bloodstream. But once it's in your bloodstream, where does it go? Well, the Percosa, you want it to go where you hurt, and the Mariva gets it to where you hurt. So it's a patented product. It's in the USANA Percosa, and I can't speak highly enough. Okay, so your Percosa is going to support your joint health function. Okay, it's also going to help with your firmness and hydration of your skin. So I do love it. So here we go, joint hinges. Okay, it's going to get into your joints right in here. This is what we're talking about here. But the Percosa, for instance, is going to get into this meniscus right in here, this stuff right here. And the Biomega is going to get in here. Okay. So it's works in the it works in the joint cavity. The Percosa works in this space where the purple is. Okay. And you can find all of this information on your hub. All right. And I show you where it is. I'd be happy to help you find it again if you need to. But this is all in there. Then you've got the mega cavity. Now, mega cavity, my gosh, it says magnesium, calcium, and D. It's in the title, man. So it's not hard to figure out what is in the product. And it's calcium, magnesium. All right. And the D helps get the calcium to where your body can use it. All right. So 99% of your calcium is found in your teeth and bones. 60% of magnesium is stored there. Okay. The remaining calcium and magnesium resides in your tissues and your bloodstream. And generally speaking, you want to keep it flowing if it's in the bloodstream. All right. And that's where the K2 comes in. We'll get to that in just a minute. But the D helps get the calcium into the bloodstream. All right. And then it helps it adhere to the bone along with the K2. So we need to have the D. We need all three of those things together to get the package to do what it is intended to do. If you go to the store and buy a bottle of calcium, you've just wasted your money. If you go to the store and buy a bunch of magnesium and you expect it to do anything for your bones, you've wasted your money. All right. And vitamin D, we get it supplement separately, but you need to have it at the right mixture so that you don't over D or under D. All right. And the magnesium is also a cofactor that helps the body use vitamin D. All right. So we need the magnesium in order to help you use the vitamin D. The vitamin D is critical to the ability to take care of your bone. And also keep this in mind. If you're overweight, you need more D because D will reside in the fat and it will be held up in your fat. Okay. And it's not usable if it's sticking in your fat. But if you've got fat, you got D in it. Okay. Now we need to get the D out of the fat. So one, you need to be more active and so forth and get out in the sunshine. You need to have less fat. All right. Now, but at the same time, you need that D. Okay. Now, drinking coffee, soda, or alcohol will deplete your magnesium levels. And if you regularly wear sunscreen and stay out of the sun, you also are likely to need more vitamin D. All right. So you need to supplement magnesium because you're depleting it. All right. You need to supplement calcium because you're depleting it from usage. And you also need D because you're not getting what you need naturally. Okay. All right. This is a good picture here that shows the depletion of your bone calcium. All right. Start out with healthy bones, dense. You start losing bone, losing bone, losing bone. And that's pretty brittle. Okay. And you get frail. You get osteopenia, weakened bones. You get osteoporosis. You get come through. So you need to be putting more calcium in that, and that's where the mega cavity comes mostly into play, is keeping your bones good and strong. All right. But you also need it for your teeth. You need calcium for your teeth. You also need it for your muscle contractions, right? Muscle contractions. calcium, muscle relaxations, magnesium. So all your movements, your stomach, your heart, your lung, anything you're moving around, you need to be moving your legs in order to keep your lymph fluids moving. Okay, you need to be moving your arms to keep your lymph fluids moving. We talked about lymph when we talked about the exocrine system. All right. So when your cells poop, okay, you need to get rid of that poop, and and it's got all of the viruses and the bacterias and the dead cells and so forth. You need to get that out of the system. That is all goes through the lymph, and here you need that your muscles to move the lymph because your heart is not moving the lymph. You need your muscles to move your lymph. Well, your heart is a muscle anyway, but your blood moves by the heart and your physical muscles move the lymph. And you need to be able to move those muscles in order to move your lymph. And if you're not moving, you're sitting too long, the lymph doesn't move and you don't cleanse it out and it sits in your body, and now you're going to get sick. Okay. Months keep moving, blah, blah, blah. We just talked about that. Your heart and megacal. All right, here's where it talks about heart health, and we just finished talking about that. Blood and glucose levels, energy, we need to do that, and mood support. Okay, so it helps in your with your neurons, right, and the D supports the extensive, in the brain tissue. So megacal D, lots of good reasons for it, but for bone health and joint health, you need it for those strong bones and teeth. All right, we're going to talk about vitamin D because you got your skeletal system needs to stay strong. It requires the vitamin D to get the calcium into your bones. Vitamin D and K are two nutrients that are vital to minimizing age associated with bone loss and maintaining bone mass, so that you'll need to consume in ample amounts throughout your lifetime, because keeping your skeleton strong and sturdy becomes especially important as you get older, okay? Because your body's eating it, right? Body eats the calcium, right? And your bones get soft. And so you need to keep your bones growing and keep them from getting brittle. Okay. Yes. So we're going to talk about this one in just a second. And here we are. USANA's vitamin K supplement. Now, in your fundamentals, okay, your cell essentials, you're going to find K1 and K2. All right. Now, as you age, you're going to need more K2. So there's a specialized K2 supplement. Okay. And this is to help you keep your calcium in solution and help it adhere to your bones. Right? And there's a lot of good aspects. There's a lot of great science in the USANA product because of the fact that there are two types of K2. You've got MK4 and MK7, and functions. Now, USANA uses the MK7 form of vitamin K2 because of its flexibility and longevity. The MK7 can convert to MK4 in the body if needed. And the MK7 stays active in the body longer than the MK4, so you only need to take it once a day to maintain ideal levels of K2. All right. And this is essentially what I've been talking to. K2 is the glue that helps the calcium stick to new bone. And your bone is constantly growing and shrinking, but you want the calcium to help it grow, to adhere to it and not stay in solution or deposit itself someplace else in the body. Okay. you need it on the bone and build up that reserve of calcium in your bone. So the K2 helps the body's ability to rebuild strong, solid, strong bones. Okay, so here's a little thing with K2, then the calcium adheres to the bone, and then the bone absorbs the calcium and makes it much stronger. And you'll see that it turns genes on and off and regulates bone remodeling and resorption process. Okay, keep it balanced because you got incoming, outgoing, incoming, outgoing. You need to get it balanced, yeah, so that your body it gets the calcium it needs when it needs it, so it'll pull from the bone. Okay, good. So we'll go to there. Now I wanted to talk about the collagen, and I'm going to talk about these products. And I've got the coconut craze, but you got the vanilla decadence and so forth. These are the products that have the collagen that your bones need. Okay, it's got the collagen protein in it, the protein bars. And then it goes through it. So it also has energy in it so that it keeps you from getting hungry and so forth. But this is the collagen base. Now, the collagen is it's the most populous form of proteins in your body. So having a lot of collagen, okay, is a good thing, but you got to make sure it's the right kind of collagen. And your body uses different kind of collagen proteins for different purposes. And in this case, the collagen protein that's in the protein bars, that's the kind of collagen protein that your bones need. All right, flexible, durable, tough. And it'll also go down. You optimize your muscle build and recovery with active nutrition. So the protein that your muscles need is also in that bar. And the collagen go through. All right, so it helps you keep from being sluggish because it gives you the energy that you need to have to keep from getting tired, like from lack of calories. All right, so we go down to that. Now I want to go one more, and this is going to talk about iron. And so iron helps support blood oxygen levels and maintain production of cells, okay, and generation of blood inside of the bones, okay. It's naturally required to help replacement of blood. When you lose blood, you need to build to create more blood inside of your body, and that's done inside of your bones, and therefore you need to have the iron. So blood oxygen and iron. Triathletes and endurance sports enthusiasts know the power of iron. Long periods of intensive exercise require lots of oxygen to maintain peak performance. Iron ensures that oxygen is readily available throughout the body and works because iron acts as an oxygen carrier in the blood. Okay, so we need to get the oxygen to the cells that are going to be using it, and in this, you need the iron to carry it. Now, most of the time in a natural diets, especially diets of Americans, is that you don't necessarily need to supplement iron because you're getting it naturally through your diet. All right. But sometimes, okay, sometimes you need to replace that blood more rapidly and you don't have enough iron, or you've got iron deficiency. for one reason or another, due to the balance inside of your body, then you need to supplement with iron. And so USANA keeps its iron supplement separate from the other products. So when you need it, you can get it. When you don't need it, you don't need to have it. So I'm not going to put the iron someplace where, so for instance, you're not going to find a lot of iron or any iron inside of your Cell Essentials. Okay. Most multivitamins will have iron in there, okay? You don't need to have iron separate unless your body requires it. And if your body requires extra iron other than what's in your diet, then you have a supplement that you can take to get additional iron into your body. Now, that goes back to what we was talking about dosing, all right? You need to be paying attention to your body and what your body needs. And if your body proves out to have a iron deficiency, then you need to be adding iron. If you have menstruation and you're losing blood, then generally speaking, you need more iron added because you're going to be making more blood, right? And you're going to be making more blood, so you need iron to go into that blood so it can carry the oxygen. All right. Or if for some reason you have you lose blood in any other mechanism, right, accident or injury, then you need to be making more blood in your body too. Okay. So iron can be important. The hemoglobin proteins are built with 4 iron ions. Each one can bind an oxygen molecule. Okay. So it carries the iron. Iron helps maintain cellular energy production. So it's necessary for getting the oxygen to inside of your cells and get so your mitochondria can use it in the creation of ATP. ATP is produced by cellular respiration. Okay, so goes back to cell signaling technology, right? And you need the iron to help your cells. So tying in the iron, it would probably not be as beneficial if you weren't taking a foundational product like Cell Essentials and then taking your iron in addition to that. Okay. Respiration of the mitochondria in your cells and helps run the pumps that create the ATP. Okay, pregnancies needs iron support because your body needs to generate more blood because your baby needs blood. All right, and now you've got a growing baby and your blood needs to expand so that not only you have it inside a woman's body, but you got it inside the infant's body. All right. All right. Now I wanted to talk about this product, the Sacket. Okay. Now, this product is not listed by USANA as joint and bone support. And there's a reason for that, because this product is designed specifically, all right, to support the bone and help with the skin. Your beauty rituals might vary throughout your day, your life, okay, and vibrant complexion, but it needs to support the collagen peptides found in USANA Advanced Collagen. So this product is in response to the beauty care line and healthy skin. Now, skin is more than beautiful, okay? It is an organ and it's used to prevent disease from getting inside the body. It's your outer barrier, okay, for keeping everything that's outside from getting to the inside. Now, it doesn't do, sometimes you get a cut and scrape and then you get infection, so that goes in. But generally speaking, if you think about what your hands touch, what your arms touch, what your face touches, okay, in the way of the environment around you, you need to keep that skin healthy in order for it to provide the barrier to the environment and the nasties that are in the environment. All right. Plus the fact it's going to help you, the collagen helps keep your skin pliable and flexible and so forth, which means it's not going to be drying out, and therefore you're going to have less wrinkles. Okay, so it's going to make you look better, okay, and feel better and do better, and your skin is healthy and so forth, and you will have a slower aging process associated with your skin. And that is the kind of collagen. So bring it out in Inner Beauty with type 1 and type 3 collagen peptides. And these are specific to what your skin health needs, not your bones, but your skin. So if you're looking for bone health, okay, and muscle health and so forth, you don't want to be doing this product so much as the collagen bars, the protein bars. Okay. So that is a very important component of this is that you got your calcium and you're keeping it in your bones, and you know what it's good for in terms of bone strength and so forth. And your collagen for your bones is a different kind of protein, and that different kind of protein is in the collagen bars. Okay, in the protein bars. The collagen for taking care of the skin, okay, is in this product, which is the drink. Okay, so just want to point that out. Okay, this has got your biotin, it's got your hyaluronic acid, it's got your vitamin C, all right, inside of that product. So don't get those confused, okay? And I just want to make sure that you get that pointed out to you. I think you'll love that. All right. All this is good. I will tell you that I'm a product of the products. I use all the products. Okay. You know, I love them. I mean, you know, if I'm hungry, I'm going to get myself a Nutri-Meal. All right. I'm going to pull a bar. I'm going to get a collagen bar, protein bar. You know, if my cells are hungry, why are cells hungry? Well, they don't have enough of the cell signaling technology, the intelligence complex. So I'm going to give it the intelligence complex. And because I have a long life left, okay, I'm not halfway there yet, okay, I'm only 67. So I want to make sure that I can live a healthy, happy, beneficial life and keep helping people for as long and possible as I can. So I'm taking care of my brain and watching what I eat as far as the neurotropics and the Vision X, you know, the Copaprime and the Vision X. We'll get to that in another day. And we're going to be talking about muscle strength and keeping flexible and being able to do things like climb mountains and play games and, you know, chase grandkids around and, you know, all of those things that you want to do. You're going to be paying attention to your structural health and your joints and your bones. And that's what I wanted to leave you with today, was we've been able to do that. So I'm going to take us back to the briefing, and I'm going to go down here to the end. Okay. And just say one more here. Rehashes cell centrals. Okay. Your fundamentals, your health pack, your prenatal, your revolve, your body rocks, and your abdominals. All those are fundamental, okay, to building your house of health. All right. And then your bone and joint and soft tissue optimizers, you're talking about vitamin D, you're talking about vitamin K, you're talking about Mega-Cal D, you're talking about Percosa and iron. I always throw in the Proflavin C. I didn't talk about that today because it's not listed by USANA as bone and health. But when you're talking about antioxidants and keeping your bone healthy and so forth, keeping cancers out, that sort of thing, you know, throw in a Proflavin C. Keep your health up. All right. And here we go. We're going to go down to this last slide, and it says that this is the end. And then we're going to talk next week on brain and nerve health. Brain and nerve health. All right. So I will tell you that I love to have fun. I love to go play. I like to go do sports. I like to go walking and hiking and I love to chase after the grandkids, and then I just finished a pilgrimage of visiting with relatives, and I just drove 4,000 miles to do that, and that I've been traveling. Right now, I'm back at the house here in near Orlando, Florida, a place called Davenport, and it's really great. And I have a really beautiful garden, and the reason why I have a beautiful garden is because I planned it and I built it, and I tore everything out and I turned the soil, pulled the root balls out, pulled the trees out, cleaned it up, mixed up the soils, right? Put in the drainage, put in the electric for the lighting, put in the irrigation, and put in the concrete for the walkways and the curbing and so forth that goes with this garden, and then planted all the trees. And I was able to do that without any discomfort whatsoever. Because why? Because I'm a product of the products. I want you to be a product of the products too, so you can do exactly the same thing. Have that energy, have that strength, have that resilience, and know that if, for instance, you overexercise and you get sore, you know what to do now. All right. We'll see you next time on the HealthEagle Show. So everybody, let's see, stop share. We're back. Got everybody online. And what I want to do is to first go to